it's a pleasure for me to be here tonight. I want to thank everybody for putting on this event. We've covered a little bit of the state today. We just got back from Northern Kentucky and met with a couple of different groups up there, pretty substantial size. And there's a lot that I guess really you can compare Bullitt County a little bit to Northern Kentucky, where I'm from originally. And that is that we're all dependent on jobs. And one of the things that Gaywood says that I listen to a lot is what Gaywood says about the 10th to the 6th. And one of the things that cures all ills is economic development. It's something I've had a lot of experience in my life. I spent 4 years as Commerce Secretary of the state of Kentucky. Probably as fruitful of 4 years the history the state's ever had. Even brought some major institutions here like UPS, which has a tremendous impact on this area, just like it does Jefferson County. In Northern Kentucky today, we brought Delta there as a hub. We also rebuilt the Newport Steel Plant, which was the closed Interlake Steel. In fact, was written up in Newsweek how creative at the time the financing was to put together that deal to reemploy 800 union members who lost their job and got reemployed. Those are the kind of stories our administration will bring, but we're going to keep it simple. I'm not a politician. I haven't been my whole life. I don't expect to ever be. I'm not using this as a stepping stone to the next place. I think one of the things that was said earlier about the Democratic Party needs a new face. The Democratic Party may need a lot more than just a new face. It needs to be economically stimulated just like the state does. If you want to see how difficult it is to beat the Republicans, ask Mike Weaver. Mike Weaver ran a great race. He was a tremendous candidate, and he watched the Republicans just spin him into oblivion. My friend Ken Lucas in Northern Kentucky, who's been my friend for 30 years, was so far out in front that even the head of the Republican Party said to me, we can't win the race in Northern Kentucky, and they spent Ken into oblivion. This is going to be an expensive campaign. It's going to be a difficult campaign. If you can't stay in the game with the Republicans in November, you're not going to get the position back. They've proved it all over the country, and they're going to do it here. But we're going to have a simple message and a simple platform. We plan to rebuild Kentucky like rebuilding a house. We're going to use the foundation as education. We're going to use the walls as jobs and opportunity, and we're going to use the roof as health care. If you don't improve the education, pre-kindergarten up, to allow our kids to compete in this changing economy, we're going to stay behind and we'll never catch up. If we don't create some opportunities and jobs to stimulate the economy of Kentucky and stimulate our revenue base, we're never going to catch up. And if we continue to allow 500,000 people to be uninsured in the state of Kentucky, where health care is so expensive that $1 out of every $5 will soon be spent in Kentucky on health care, where people will have one of the spouses employed just for the purpose of getting their health insurance, because we are delivering health care as expensively as we can in that system. And it's a really immoral, in fact, we have a moral obligation to provide health insurance for everybody, and it's a total failure of our governmental system, many of which are in this campaign have been part of it, to allow that to happen. It is our belief that this is the time to change. This is the time to do something different. And we think when you hear our message over the next couple of months, you will see that we're the only answer. We're the only answer that hasn't been tried before, and we're looking forward to it. We think we will not only win in May, we will be around to beat the Republicans in November and return the Capitol back to the Democrats. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Bruce Lunsford, thank you. Certainly appreciate it.